welcome. My name is Lexi Jong, and here I like to talk about luxury makeup. And today we're going to be going over the Beautylish gift card event. This is not sponsored or anything, by the way, but I want to share with you guys what my recommendations are for this gift card event, as well as things that are on my wish list. Now, I have recently bought a ton of stuff. I mean, if you haven't seen my haul video yet, I mean, it's definitely my biggest haul video to date. And so I'm really trying not to buy much. So these are wish list items. I don't know what it is that I will actually go ahead and purchase, but I will definitely let you guys know after I make my purchases. So I will post something on Instagram, you know, with what I've decided to get. Now, for these gift card events, if you're unfamiliar with it, historically Beautylish did this once a year around December. And last year when the pandemic started, that's when they introduced the spring gift card event. And I guess it's an annual thing now. So, or semi-annual. So basically what it is for every $100 that you spend, you get $20 gift card back to Beautylish, and you receive the gift card in about a week or two. So for this event, you know, if you spend exactly at $100 amount, you're getting 20% off your purchase, essentially. I mean, obviously you're paying it all up front, but you are getting $20 back. So I always try to stay as close, or, you know, I'm pretty good about getting it exact or within a couple of dollars. So I try really hard to get it as close as possible to an even $100 amount so that I can maximize my discount. Now for me, for the Beautylish gift card events, I consider this a great time to stock up on brushes that don't typically go on sale. So that means like Sonia G brushes, Goss brushes, things like that. So things that I can't typically get on sale, or things that are only sold at Beautylish, this is what I try to use this kind of event for. But, you know, sometimes you need some other items to get to that, you know, even $100 amount. So they have some great brands on Beautylish. So I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys some recommendations from the other brands as well. But this video is going to be a little bit brush heavy because, in my opinion, I think that's the best thing to, you know, use these gift card events for. So let's go ahead and get started on recommendations that I have out of things that I've already purchased. First up, we have the Goss airbrush. This is $35. It's squirrel hair, and you can see that it is going to be, you know, like a pinched oval ferrule, and it's like a flat oval shape. I think this is a really nice brush for pretty much, you know, multitasking. You can use it for powdering. It works great under the eyes. I use it for blush, sometimes even for highlight. You know, this is like one of those great multitasking brushes. If you travel a lot or something and you want just one brush for powder, blush, and highlight, I think this is a great brush for that. So I think this is something nice to have if you're looking for it. And since it's squirrel hair, it's incredibly soft. Now, I'd like to mention that I do not have a ton of Goss brushes. I have only a few so far. I do have some on my wish list. So there may be some really fantastic brushes that he has that I'm not including in this set of recommendations here just because I don't have them already. But another one that I have and I really love is the Goss 07 brush. This is technically a lip brush, but I use it for lips and I use it for eyeliner. You can use it for like detail work in the inner corner. It's really great to help with like a wing. So I think this is just a fantastic brush, and I'm actually considering getting a second one of these. So next we're going to move on to Sonia G. And this is the Sky Eye Set, and I love this set of brushes. I purchased 2 of these because I really enjoy them so much. So real quickly, some of these, by the way, are available individually. So the set retails for $160, but quite a few of these items are available individually as well. And there's no discounted price for purchasing a set versus purchasing them individually. So if you're only interested in certain brushes, do not try to stretch to get the set. You're not getting a discount by purchasing all of them. So just something to note. We have the Classic Crease here. Fantastic, just a general crease brush. the Mini Booster. This is a really nice brush for detail work. I use it to get like when I want a deeper shade in the crease. It's also great for applying shadow on the outer corner. And I know some people use it for like a highlight and so forth as well. Like if you want something a little bit more specific or detailed. So I think this is a really nice brush. I know this one is available individually right now. And then we have the Jumbo Blender. This is a really nice, you know, just kind of like a soft shader style brush, but it's very big and thick. I use this for one and dones. So this is one of my favorite eyeshadow brushes for one and done shadows. A lot of people also like to apply powder under the eyes with this. So it's a really nice brush. My favorite from the set is the Sonia G Soft Shader. This is available separately. I have 4 of them because it is my favorite eyeshadow brush, and it's undyed go hair, so you can use creams, liquids, powders, whatever. I just think it's like a great size for my eye, and you can see that it's got a little bit of thickness to it. So if I really wanted to get something in the crease, you know, it's not going to give a really nice blown out effect in the crease, but I can kind of add something in there. So this is a fantastic brush in my opinion. Absolutely love it. And then we have the flat definer. So I will use this for lips sometimes, as well as for eyeliner, and put it in the inner corner. You can see here that there is some flex and give to this. Is not super stiff, and it is rounded. So it's another really nice brush. I think all of these brushes in this set are really well done, and they work really well for smaller eyes or more hooded eyes. She also has the Pro Eye Set, which is another favorite. So this is the Sonia G Pro Eye Set. This is another great set. So, you know, you can pick which one you think is better for you. But we have the Blender Pro here. This is a really great crease brush. I actually like this crease brush a little bit better than the Classic Crease in the Sonia G Eye Set. But I think it's really nice if you want something really soft and blended. And it's gonna be better for like more of a blown out crease versus something like really dark and targeted. Then we have the Crease Pro, and you can see this one's a little bit more narrow. This one will get in the crevices a little bit better. It's a nice brush, and the fact that it's undyed go hair, again, liquids, creams, powder, so it's a really nice one, especially if you want to get something with a cream shadow and you're trying to like kind of diffuse it in the crease. This is a really nice brush. This is the Crease Pro. And then we have the Worker Pro. This is a really, really nice brush. Let me show you this with the soft shader. Okay, so we've got the soft shader with the blue handle and the Worker Pro with the red handle. And you can see that they have a similar shape, but the Worker Pro is going to be a little bit longer and bristles. It's also a little bit more narrow. I really love both of them. I only have one of these so far, but I am adding another one to my cart for this event, and this is available individually. So I think they're both great. I really like both of them for powders, liquids, and creams. So they're both go-to brushes for me. And just in comparison here, we have the Builder Pro, which is a little bit shorter, and it's a really great brush. This one, you know, it's dyed goat hair, so you're going to use this one only for powders, but I really like this one. It's very soft. It's another go-to brush for me. So really great choice. And then we have the Pencil Pro, and you can see that it is a domed pencil brush. And this is really nice for the outer corner, or the lower lash line and the inner corner. I actually prefer the Pencil One over this, which is a little bit pointier. So here's the Pencil One. So I just prefer the pointier shape versus the dome shape. They're both available separately right now, so as of the time of my filming. So I think they're both great pencil brushes though. So just for reference, as of the time of this recording, some of those brushes are sold separately. I'm just checking my notes here, but we have the Crease Pro, which is $32, and the Blender Pro is $34. The Mini Booster is $26. The Worker Pro is $30. The Pencil One and the Pencil Pro are both $26. The Soft Shader is $34, and the Classic Crease is $34. So all of those are currently available individually as well as in either the Sky Eye Set or the Pro Eye Set. Now there is one more Sonia G set that's available, and this is the Keyaki Set. Now these are small brushes. These are great for traveling. They're also great if you have a very minimalist collection, which I'm sure a lot of you guys watching probably do not, but they are great for that because they're all multi-purpose brushes. They're smaller, so they don't take up a lot of space, and they have a lot of, multiple functions for them. So these 3 eye brushes here are actually smaller versions and in undyed goat hair of what we just looked at in the Sky Eye Set. So this is the undyed goat hair version of the Jumbo Blender. We have the undyed goat hair version of the Mini Booster and the Flat Definer. So these 3, again, same brush head shape as the Sky Eye Set, but they're undyed goat hair, so you can use them with liquids, creams, or products or powders. So they're very versatile. They're short for traveling or if you just prefer shorter handled brushes. So just for reference, these are the Jumbo Blenders. You can see the size difference between the 2 of these, but they do have the same brush head shape. You can see that mine's a little bit more narrow. I haven't used this one quite as much, but because, this is dyed versus undyed, the fibers play slightly differently, but they are the same brush shape. In addition, we have this, which is the mini base brush. And this is a mix of undyed goat hair and synthetic hairs so that you can use this still with like liquid foundation and so forth. So this is intended to be used for blending out your base products. I personally like to use this for cream cheek products. That's my general purpose for this. It works great for that. And you can see how much flex and give it has for it. So it'll really kind of brush that out, blend it out nicely into your cheeks. Then we also have the Classic Face, and this is a mix of dyed and undyed goat hair like the Master Face brushes, but it's a different shape. This is intended for powder. Again, I think it works great for blush as well. And if you're traveling, you really just need these brushes with you. It's a great little set. It's also a great introductory set. Now, one thing to note, this set is not, these brushes are not sold separately. So it's just sold in the set. They're $125. And they have this special wooden handle made from Keyaki wood. So very, very beautiful set as well. And I have 2 more Sonia G brushes that are sold individually right now. We have the Cheek Pro, and this is a really great blush brush. I really like this. You can see that it's got a shorter, more compacted form here, and it's got a nice dome shape. It's very soft and flexible. This would be dyed goat hair. And then we have the Classic Cheek. So I personally love this style of cheek brushes. This works great for powder. You can see that this one's gonna be a little bit less flexible than the Cheek Pro here. And this is another favorite for cream products for me. It blends things out very, very beautifully. It's soft. The undyed goat hair makes it very versatile. You can use it with any medium. So it's one of my favorites. These are both favorite blush brushes. Just a few more brushes from Sonia G. I didn't realize I still have more that were available. We've got the Fan Pro and the Sculpt 3. Now, these are similar enough that you don't really need both of them. You can see, the shape and size is pretty similar. The Fan Pro is maybe slightly thicker, and you can see the amount of flex and give is going to be similar. I like both of these brushes. I don't have a preference between the 2 of them. You can see this is dirty right now because I used it today, but I like to use them for highlighting. So I like to just add a little bit of highlighting powder with it. And smaller, wispier fan brushes tend to pick up product. You get a little bit less product, which is what I'm looking for when I'm trying to go for a light dusting of highlight with one of those like more blingy shades. These are the types of brushes I reach for. So I think either one of these is a great choice. Both of these retail for $32. And then my last Sonia G recommendation is the Smooth Buffer. And this is currently available. It's $70. I think this is a fantastic brush Those of you who've been waiting for the Face One, it did come back not that long ago, sold out very quickly. They've had to switch manufacturers because of supply issues and so forth. And it's going to be a while, I think, before that comes back again. If you're really, really looking forward to the Face One, this is the baby sister. Here's the Face One. You can see that they're the same shape, but it is going to be much smaller. Now, the reason I like the smooth buffer is I love to buff blush out with it, which is actually what I did today because I'm using the Wayne Goss Vivid Azalea blush, which is, stark. It's very, very bright, and I put on too much. So it's this shade. Too much went on. I had to buff it out. I use this. So I just added a little bit extra of the Koyudo Moisture Brightening Powder to buff that into my cheeks a little bit better, and it's just beautiful. So I think in general, though, this gives you a very seamless finish with blushes and powders and so forth. If you don't have the Face One, you're looking for something for all over powder, this can be done with all over powder. And I actually did it today with all over powder. And it's just, it's a little smaller, so it takes a few seconds longer, which I don't think is a big deal considering this brush is so versatile that it's the perfect size for blush as well. So if you had to pick one between the smooth buffer and the Face One, personally, I would pick the smooth buffer anyway, just because you've got more uses for it. I love having both, but it is going to be a while for the Face One, I believe. So I would definitely recommend the smooth buffer regardless. And next up, we have a brush from Smith. This is the Smith 253, also known as the small arrowhead brush. And this is just a really nice little brush. I've got a few brushes from Smith so far, not too many. And overall, I'd say that they are okay, but there are definitely some standouts, and they've got some standout shapes. So there are more on my wish list I'd like to pick up. But out of the ones I have so far, this is definitely the one that I would recommend the most. I really like the shape, and it's so great for getting in the corner. And this is a small one. There is a larger version. I don't have the larger version, but I really like it. Plus I like the skinnier handle. I don't know why. It just, it's really nice for precision. So I think this is a great brush, and it retails for $22. Next up, we have a couple of brushes from Koyudo. This is my favorite foundation brush. This is the Koyudo F-04. It used to be called the Fude 03, but they're pretty much identical. And I do have a comparison video comparing the two if you're interested, but it's essentially the same brush. So I highly, highly recommend this. This one retails for $45. I like to use this for foundation. It's my most versatile foundation brush. So there are certain styles of brushes that I like with more liquidy serum foundations, and others that I like with thicker, creamier foundations. This one works well with all of them. So it's kind of like my jack of all trades foundation brush. So I think this is awesome. Really love this. They have a mini version, which is the F-07. And this one I like for cream blushes. So this is another great brush. This one retails for $27. So if you're looking for something specifically for like cream blush or highlight or bronzer, I think this is a great brush. Personally, for foundation brushes, I really like shorter handle ones, give me a little bit more control and so forth. So these I think are fantastic options. And then another Koyudo brush. This is the SJ401. Sorry, I had to look at my notes because it's not actually printed on here. But this is the fan brush for highlighting and finishing powder. I don't really use it so much for finishing powder. It does work nicely for it. I've used it with like loose powders and so forth for that. But I usually use it for highlight. I have to say, this has a ceramic handle, I believe. It's super, super lightweight. I mean, this feels like you're not holding anything. But it's a really, really nice brush. This is the only brush I have from the series so far, but I do have some additional brushes from the series on my wish list. I think this one is really nice. It retails for $43. So I think, it's just a really great fan brush, and it works well for highlight. Now, because it is wispier, if you're trying to be more targeted, that's not going to give it to you, but it will give you a soft veil. And it does work well if you are not trying to buff a powder in. So if you're putting on powder, but you just want like a light placement of it, this is really great for that also. So those were all some brushes that I have that I would recommend purchasing from Beautylish. Now, Chikuhodo brushes, they are also, not all of them, but Beautylish has quite a few of them. If you are not somebody who is interested in purchasing from like Visage USA or Fude Beauty or CD Japan, then I would recommend getting them from Beautylish. However, especially if you've got like X number of dollars you need to get to the next even amount. However, I personally like to wait for the sales from Visage USA because, they do have free shipping there. And, if you spend a certain amount, you get a certain percentage off. Right now, their deal is 20% off for eyes and cheek and something else brushes, but it doesn't include powder brushes. I forget what the other one is, maybe lip and brow or something like that. But usually they have something where it's like spend $250 and get 25% off your purchase. So I like to kind of group my orders, put them all together. I kind of save up for one of those sales. I get to my minimum spend amount, so I get the 25% off. They usually have ranges like spend X number, you get 15% off, spend X number, get 20% off, and so forth. And you can get your brushes engraved there for an extra $2 per brush. So with certain brushes, I've done that, and so that's usually where I buy my Chikuhodo brushes. So that would be a recommendation for that. And Fude Beauty is another place where I like to buy my Chikuhodo brushes. They have a great rewards program, and they have a lot of brushes aside from Chikuhodo that you can get there, such as Koyudo and some other brands that are a little bit harder to find. So I have ordered from them, and they have really great service as well. Just something to note that unless you're spending at least $300, you do have a shipping charge from them. So that is something to note. That being said, I have two Chikuhodo brushes that are currently available on Beautylish's site that I would recommend. We have the Z-2, which is the highlighting brush. This is a really nice highlighting brush. It's very soft. You could even use it for like contour as well. And then this is the Z-4, which, is like the classic blush brush. And I really like both of them. So they are brushes I would recommend. So if you would rather purchase these from Beautylish, they are available as of right now. All right, so I'm just gonna go through a few items on my wish list right now, and I'll try to post pictures of these. And the first thing I'm considering are picking up a couple of the Yano brushes. If you've already gotten these, please let me know what you think, whether there's something I should pick up. I wouldn't purchase the whole set. I have a lot of similar shapes. Now, let me explain what my hang up is. And I know it sounds kind of snobby, but I don't really like how it says Beautylish Presents on the handle. I would rather it say something like Chikuhodo. And they haven't disclosed who they have partnered with to create these brushes. My guess would be Chikuhodo, since that is who they partnered with previously for the Lunar New Year brushes, but I don't know. I wasn't able to get that confirmed, and they weren't able to tell me on the phone. So there are a couple of shapes though with these brushes that interest me. So I'm considering picking up maybe one or two from like the face and the eye set and just trying them out. The other issue I'm not thrilled about is just the fact that the bottom of the handle is angled. I think it looks great, but I'm just worried because of the way I store my brushes, because I like to store them upright. I would hate to chip that. So that's just a personal thing for me. So I'm kind of on the fence about those brushes. So if you've already gotten them, please let me know what you think. So yeah, because I feel like price-wise, they're equivalent to like Chikuhodo brushes, but I can get Chikuhodo brushes on sale sometimes through the Visage sales, and these don't go on sale. So, I don't know if they're worth it. And then I was also looking at the Goss The Eye Set. I don't have that, so it's something I've been considering picking up for quite a while. I've been considering picking up quite a few of his brushes, so that's on my list. Another one would be the Artist Brush Set, and that's $175. By the way, the eye set is $130. So also looking at the Brush 15 fan, because it reminds me of my favorite fan brush, which is actually the Refer 20. And that's this. You can see that it's a wispy brush, but it has some body to it. It's not one of those super thin ones. And it's like a favorite highlighting brush for me. So I was considering picking that up. That retails for $25. And And that's it from Wayne Goss. Koyudo, as I mentioned, I'm looking at some of the premium series brushes. So I was looking at the blush brush, which is $74. I was considering the powder brush, but I don't really need it, so I think I'll pass on that. But they have a brush called the SJ401, which actually has a shape similar to my Suku foundation brush. So it has a shape kind of like this. You can see how it's like angled, but it's for like finishing powder and so forth. And that is $81. So that's on my wish list. And then a few Smith brushes are on my list as well. We've got the 302 lip brush. This is like an angled lip brush. I just think the shape looks really interesting. And it's not like super thin like most lip brushes. It looks like it's got a little body to it. So I'm curious how that would work. So that's $21. And then also the Smith 124. This is a cream contour brush. I've heard a lot of good things about this in the past, but every time I go to pick it up during one of these events, it's sold out. So I might pick that one up to, test out with cream contour and bronzer shades. And this is $25. Another one I'm looking at is the My Kitco small eyeshadow brush. I was interested in trying the My Kitco brushes. A few of you have recommended them to me. This one's $21. Unfortunately, most of the brushes from My Kitco are out of stock on Beautylish right now. So I don't know, it's not really a brand that I've looked at much. So I don't know if that's a new brand for them or an old brand and they're getting rid of stock, or if they just happen to be so popular that they sold out. But I'm looking at getting the small eyeshadow brush for $21. Also looking at the GSN 09 small eyeshadow brush. And I don't know if I'll get that one because that is a Chikuhodo brush. So this is the GSN 05. So they've got longer handles. I just think it looks like a really nice brush, but I'll probably add that one onto a Visage order in the future. But it's $25. So if it's something that gets me to the next $100 level, that's something I would put in there. And then another brush I'm thinking of getting, and I know so many of you guys have this, so let me know if you think it's worth it. The Mer Powder Brush, $85, big, huge synthetic powder brush. So I've been wanting to try it for years. I never actually end up pulling the trigger. So let me know what you guys think. Should I pick that one up or not? So there's that, or yeah, so that's it for my wish list for Beautylish. So, and as I already mentioned, I am going to be picking up another one of the Sonia G Worker Pros. So that's already in my cart, ready to go. Now, as I mentioned, I highly recommend going in for brushes on the Beautylish gift card event if you're a brush person. If you're looking at cosmetics, they've got some great brands, and some of the ones that I would highly recommend, first of all, we've got Sisley. So they've got all of the newest Sisley items. They've got the So Stretch Mascara, they've got the new blushes, they have the lip gloss, they've got the new skincare items that were just released. So I would highly recommend any of those. Again, you gotta get to the even $100 amount to get the $20 off, which makes it 20% off. And Sisley will probably be having a friends and family sale fairly soon, if it's like last year, where they do 20% off on their website. So if you can't get to that exact $100 amount, then I would wait for that, or you can always get them during some of the department store sales as well, or actually Selfridges. If you have the yearly membership to Selfridges, it's not a big deal then, but Selfridges does not have like these, they have the new skincare items, but they don't have the new blush or the lip gloss that came out last summer, things like that. So they are missing the newer cosmetic items. They have the newer skincare items, and they're approximately 20% off already at Selfridges. Some of them are a little bit higher percentage off. So you kind of want to do a little price matching there before you decide. Now, one of the Sisley items that I recently picked up is actually this lipstick. So last year they came out with 4 new shades of lipstick, and I had number 15 Beige Manhattan. And I also picked up 27 Rose Bourgeois. And this is a beautiful shade. This is the first time I've worn this. I just opened this today. And I tried to get this during the last Beautylish gift card event, but it was sold out. And this was right when the new shades were released. So I picked this one up later, and I think it's a really beautiful shade. The Sisley Le Fido Rouge lipstick formula is one of my favorites. I like to think of it kind of as silk charmeuse for your lips. So if you're familiar with the difference between like a regular silk fiber and how that feels versus silk charmeuse, which has more of that velvety texture to it, that's what this feels like on my lips. So it's a thinner formula with kind of a velvety texture to it. Obviously, this is a satin formula though, so there's no like matte look to this like a traditional velvet lipstick. I'm just saying that the actual texture you feel when you rub your lips together feels a little velvety and plush, even though it's thin. So that's just how I like to think of it. But I think this is a beautiful shade. Another one of my favorites that happens to be sitting here is number 15, Beige Manhattan. And this is one that I wear all the time. It's one of my go-to nude shades. This is the one that I picked up first and really, really loved it. So these are actually the only two Sisley lipsticks I have so far, but I definitely plan on getting more because they are fantastic. So we've got 27 Rose Bourgeois, 15 Beige Manhattan, both beautiful shades. So if you're looking at things from Sisley, I highly recommend the blushes. I love Rosewood and Coral the most, but they're all fantastic in their own ways. They've got the cleansing balm. That's on my wish list, but I'm going to wait. I'm not going to get it right now. I'm going to wait until I use up some of the products I have already. The Sisley Floral Toner in the pink bottle. I love that. Use that. One bottle lasts me close to a year. I don't put it on cotton pads though. I like to just pour a little bit in my hand so the cotton pad doesn't, I'm not wasting any in there. And then, I use the reusable bamboo pads actually, but I don't like to, it produces a lot of laundry. So I just like to put it in my hand. And then there you have fantastic face masks. They've got new brushes, which I haven't tried. The eye contour mask is fantastic. And if you're looking for a bargain eye cream, you can use this eye mask as an eye cream. It's very lightweight, it depuffs, and it's a really good price. You get, I think it's like a full ounce for like $80 or $85, something like that. I might be totally wrong on that, but I'll put that in the description box. But it's a really great mask, or again, you can use just a tiny bit as an eye cream and it'll last you a long time. I love the Sisley lip balm and also like their Fude eye twists. So I think there are a ton of great products from them. Oh, and then another thing is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze. And I meant to try this today and I forgot to put it on. But I haven't tried this yet. I actually ordered mine from Sephora. This is what it looks like. And you take a spoolie and you put this in your brows. And I'm just curious how this performs. But I know it was a very popular product. Right now it's sold out on Beautylish. I don't know if it'll be back for the event. But Just Glow Firefly recommended this to me. So I do have that to try. And then another brand that always interests me, and I have not too much from them. So I actually only have like samples of their perfumes, but there are quite a few scents that I like from them. It's Atelier Cologne, and they have candles, perfumes, diffusers, soap. So, if you're looking for something to kind of get to the dollar amount, this is another great brand to try, in my opinion. I personally really like their like citrus scents. So out of the ones that I've tried, so they're really nice. Another great brand to look at is Becca. And as we've all heard, Becca is set to close in September. So if there are any products that you want from the line, this might be a good time to pick those up. Or you can wait and see if they're still around and there's like a big sale right before they close. And you never know, there's a possibility that Becca will be snatched up by another company before they actually close as well. So we'll see. Another brand is by Terry, and they have a new concealer that is out. Beautylish is out of stock of most shades, but if it's something you're interested in, you can check to see if your shade is available. I haven't tried it. Another product from them though that I really like is the Paris palette. And this is the one from this past winter that they have. So it's this palette here, and it's called Paris Mon Amour, and it's great. I love this palette. You've got some rosier shades, you've got neutrals in here, you've got different finishes, and it's, it's really great for like softer neutral looks. I really enjoy the palette, and it's beautiful as well. So they have that. They also have this Twinkle Glow Best of set, which I don't have this year's version, but I did pick that up last year. And it's just a great way to try the brand. You get one of the little lip balm flaconnets like this. This is actually the one I got from that set. You can see mine's pretty, it's almost empty. You get a little mini of the hyaluronic hydro powder in the original shade. You get one of their Bronze Moon eye pencils. That's the eye crayon that you can use for like eyeshadow or liner or whatever. I love that shade, and I think that's a really, really great crayon. And then you also get a mini of the Twist mascara, which is a great mascara. So I think that's a really nice set, great way to try the brand. Also love their lip balm in the tub. So those are some recommendations from by Terry. Christoph Robin, this is another brand that they have at Beautylish that I've been enjoying so far. And there are two products I would recommend. They have the Regenerating Mask with Prickly Pear Oil. I use it as a conditioner, but I've been using that shampoo and conditioner for a couple of months now. It's really nice. I actually need to get a new one of the masks because I still have like probably more than half the bottle of the shampoo left, but I'm running low on the conditioner. But it's really nice, and it does help me reduce the frizz in my hair, which is one of my big issues with my hair because my hair is very fine. So I think that's a really great product. And another one I really like is the Cleansing Purifying Scrub with Sea Salt. And I meant to bring this up here, but I left it in my shower. But unfortunately, what it is this scrub that looks like sea salt, right? And then you take out and it looks like you've got salt in your hand. You know, it's moist, like salt in like water type thing, you know, or like in a gel. You put some in your hand. You only need a tiny bit. I used way too much originally, but as you start to use it, it like melts more into like an oil, and you scrub it in. And I have to say, whenever I use that, my hair, you know, it's kind of like a clarifying shampoo. My hair looks a little bit better. And then it also allows me to, so I'm a person, I like to wash my hair every day or every other day. I can't really go longer than that or it looks greasy because again, my hair is very fine. So the oils distribute very, very easily. And with that scrub, I can add extra days of not washing my hair. So I think that's a fantastic product. So they have both of those individually, or they have like a little duo pack that's available where you get smaller sizes of each of those together. And I really like both of them. Danessa Myricks is another brand. I really like her Color Fix products. Unfortunately, I didn't realize when I picked them up that they are designed in the US but made in China, and the whole made in China thing is kind of like a line for me, so I don't think I'm going to be picking up more of them, but I do really like the ones I have, so I'm like kind of torn. I'm hoping that she'll change her place of manufacture, but I don't know. Another brand is Givenchy. They've got the Prisma Libre powders, which are fantastic. I also really like their lipsticks. For example, the Le Rouge Deep Velvet. I particularly love the nude shade. So here's the nude shade that I really like. This is number 10, Beige New. And this is a velvet formula. So it's this one right here. And I just think it's a really beautiful shade. And I love these formulas. So it's hard to say which one my very favorite velvet formula is. It might be this. So it's that good in my opinion. Another staple that will last you absolutely forever if you're like me, this is the Inglot Duraline. This is great for like reviving cosmetics that have started to dry out. It's great for, you know, foiling eyeshadow or, you know, creating a liner out of shadow. So I've had this bottle for a long time. This will make it waterproof, and the ingredients are pretty simple in here, so it shouldn't really irritate. You get 9 milliliters in this bottle, $16, and again, it lasts forever for me. Jill Stewart is another brand sold on Beautylish. I don't have anything of hers, but it's a brand that I'm interested in trying. Probably pass at this moment just because, you know, I don't need to try any more brands at this moment and kind of start a rabbit hole. So, but they are on my list for the future. Jo Malone is another brand that's there if you're interested in any of the Jo Malone products. They've got some great scents. Cure Weiss is another brand that I like to purchase from Beautylish, and I haven't tried too many of their products, but I have to say that their cream blush is probably my favorite cream blush. I have the shade Blossoming. I would like to pick up more of them, and I just think they are fantastic. So I really love the cream blush from them. Koyudo, I love the brightening moisture powders. They've got two shades. There's the blurring beige and the brightening pink. At the moment, the blurring beige is out of stock. The brightening pink is available. So I don't know whether it'll be restocked or not, but I love these. I mean, a lot of people love the natural lighting powder that's available. For me, it's a little bit too dark. So if you have my skin tone, you might want to stick with another powder from them. But they also have this brush set that I want to mention. Now, I didn't pick up that set. I got this brush in a different set, but this brush is now available in the set they have on there. I forget what it's called. It's $115 for the set, and you get this brush, which is called the buffing brush. I used mine today, so it's dirty. It's a great synthetic foundation brush. It also comes with this massive fan brush, and I forget what the third thing is in the set, but I'll put a picture of it up here so you can see it. But that would be a nice option as well. Other brands, and we're not going to go through a ton more items. I know this video is getting long. We've got Natasha Denona, so she's got some great products there. That's something that you could get. And then we have R&Co, and I've got two items from R&Co that I've used a ton that I really like. There's the Balloon Dry Volume Spray. So I don't like dry shampoos because, well, I don't like the scent, and I just don't like how they feel in my hair. This Balloon Dry Volume Spray is something I can use to give my hair extra life, like a dry shampoo, but it's also just a product, a volumizing product that you can use. And I don't use it often, but I do use it occasionally. You know, I don't put product in my hair very often, but this is one that I really, really enjoy, and it's really nice. It doesn't really feel like anything in your hair. Also, I like their Outer Space Flexible Hairspray. Again, I very rarely use hairspray, but when I do use hairspray, this is the one I like because I don't feel it in my hair and it works. So those are two products from R&Co that I really enjoy. Surratt, you know I love Surratt, but they did just have a sale on their website, which was 25% off. So I would recommend getting Surratt somewhere else unless you're not able to. You know, if you're somewhere where Surratt doesn't ship, you know, this would be a good opportunity. Now, the Beyond Beige palette, Beautylish sells it, but they're out of stock right now. I don't know if it'll be restocked in time. But in general, their eyeshadows and cheek shades, absolutely love them, highly recommend them. Same thing with their brushes. Their brushes are great, although I don't really recommend the foundation brush. It's okay, but it's a little too scratchy, so I would pass on the foundation brush. Any of their other brushes, though, are fantastic. Tom Ford is another option, and personally, you know, unless you're trying to get to an exact dollar amount, I'd probably wait and get that somewhere else, maybe a department store sale or something, but that's another brand at Beautylish. Viseart, I would weigh in the Viseart too and shop from the Viseart Paris sale because they have like up to 40% off. So you're going to get a better deal from Viseart most likely than you will from Beautylish. So that's just something to know, unless of course something's out of stock that you want. And then Wayne Goss, as I mentioned on my face today, I showed you the blush earlier. I've got the Vivid Azalea blush and highlight on here. And just something to note, I just wanted to show you guys, this is the new Dior Mono Shadow in Poncho. I've been testing these out. So a really great eyeshadow color so far. And then I have the Gucci liner in purple on, the amethyst. So yeah, overall, I think that basically covers all of my recommendations for the Beautylish gift card event. Again, I would focus on brushes and use the color cosmetic things and so forth more for like getting to a certain dollar amount, but that's just my personal strategy. So I hope this was helpful, and I would love to know what you guys think of, you know, what my recommendations were and my wish list items. Again, please let me know what you think about that Mer Powder Brush. I'm really considering picking that up. And I hope that you enjoyed this. So thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have a great day. Stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you very soon.